Hello, 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 and welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. I just have to start off by saying I am so excited. It's a Friday, but it's a little different than I was before because before when it was Friday, Monday, it was back to work. Now I wanted to kind of slow down because then my break is going to be over faster. So that is too funny. But it is Friday. So just got paid. Friday night. The party's jumping. I feel like I need to go to a party. I tried to wear something festive. You see my little sleeves. I got some festivities going on here. And my shirt, I hope this shirt stays at bay. But if it flies open, mail or bellflower, text me and let me know. Otherwise, just pretend like I got on a bathing suit under here and it's all good. All right, so who do we have in the chat? Let's see. We got Mel to the B. Hey, Mel. She says, Happy Friday, DD, Divas, and Dudes. How are you? She says, please like and share the live stream as you enter the chat. Very good. Thank you for that, Mel. Keisha, how are you, Keisha? She says, hi, Dee and Mel and everyone. Happy Friday. We love that. We got Cookie in the house. Cookie, we got to sing happy birthday before this is all over because I, shouted you out on the post, but I didn't get to sing happy birthday. So we got to do that. I did not forget. We got the beautiful Miss Linda. You know what? Down my timeline. All I keep seeing is you with these beautiful trees. Jeez, Louise, I love that for you. You got all the trees. I feel like you got 2 or 3 different trees going on, and you just look fabulous. I feel like you're living your best life. Like I want to sing, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. I love that. Okay, wait a minute. We got my guy, Brother Paul. Look at you, Brother Paul. Look at you. I love that profile pic. Jeez, Louise, you look like you're keeping it 100% real. I love it. That's a nice pic, though. I love it. And your hat kind of matches everything else you got going on. Very good. Okay, so people are saying hello. Wait a minute, Sister Shay. I just love that. I feel like I need to be like, you know how like in church you would have to have your hand up and be like, excuse me. I feel like I should be doing one of those numbers. How about that? Perfectly, Pamela. How are you? She says, Happy Friday, Dee in chat. How are you doing? Okay, let's see. We're scrolling down. Let's see. We have Miss Nora. How are you? She says, never fear. Nora is here. I love that. We got Chi Chi. How are you? How are you doing? Wait a minute. Now, Chi Chi, my mouse jumped down to you and I skipped a few people. So wait, let me go back. DJ Meyer, how are you? She says, beautiful as usual. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to need that support when I'm trying to be out here dating. Raquel, how are you? Really, Raquel? She says, hello, Dee and everyone. Hello there. Mary Lynn Elizabeth, I love your name. It's like a triple header. We love that. Hello, Dee and everyone here tonight. Mary Lynn here from Wisconsin. I love that. One of my family members is in Wisconsin as we speak. How about that? Let's see. And I think that's Mounjaro Journey with Pam. How are you? Now, wait a minute. Is this Pammy Whammy? Pammy Whammy, is that you? Look at, wait, I might have to have my daughter bring my classes up in here. Hold up. Wait a minute. Jeez, Louise, is that Pammy Whammy? Oh, my goodness. I love a good profile pic. I don't care who it is. Twin, where have you been? She says, please remember to like the live. Thank you. Hello. How are you? You said, I'm so confused. I think there are 2 chats. Yes, there are. So we have a vertical live stream and we have a horizontal one. So I'm told the one you want to be in, if you want to do all the interaction with people, is the one that's horizontal. So am I right about that? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it is 2 different chats. It's a new thing that we're trying out to see how it's going. And so far, I like it. When I was on one of my lives, I wasn't not on one of my live streams. I was, on the internet. And, like if you push live, you can see the feed of whoever's live, like, scrolling down. And so I came across, I think it was Paul. I think it was Paul's live. And I could have joined. It automatically took me to mobile because I was on my mobile phone. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense. So it automatically took me to mobile. And then I also connected on my home TV. So I was connected to both. So you could be connected to both. And the one you chat in is the one you want to chat in. And then it also helps me with the views of it all too. But, I know some people are just on their phone or you're on the go. You might be doing something. So I just think it's convenient to do both. And I'm seeing myself double, Didi. I'm really seeing myself twice. I think that's so funny. I'm trying not to look. She says, yes, but that's a fake AI picture. Well, that's okay. We will take it. Go AI, go AI. So if you guys looked at my thumbnail, that's an AI kind of version of me, cartoonish. Did you guys see that? What do you guys think about that? My daughter told me not to put it up. She liked the real picture better. And I said, no, I'm going to save that for another something else. But I thought the cartoon picture kind of went with the topic for tonight. And I want to explain the connection in a second. Oh, we got the real MVP. How are you? I love that. We got Nora says, oh, yes, Kwanzaa to those. Happy Kwanzaa, joyous Kwanzaa to those who celebrate. And I did start off earlier today. Did I say hi to the real MVP? I did start off today saying, hello, everyone. Happy Kwanzaa. I don't celebrate that yet with my daughter. I do plan to because I love the principles of Kwanzaa, and I have celebrated that with my students over the years. And so, now you talk about diversity, you might be booted out of there. So, and diversity of thought, diversity of people, diversity of a lot of things. It's like tough in these times to do that. But if you're celebrating Kwanzaa, I think that's amazing. I think that's awesome. Let's see. So people are saying hello. The real MVP with the cute profile. You changed up again because you had that, you had the hat, the Santa hat going on. I love it. Very cute. You guys are very creative. I love that. All right. So, yeah, don't forget to like the live. We have 29 watching now. We love that. Beverly, she says, hi, Nora. Beverly comes in. Did I miss you, Beverly? I don't know if I missed you before that, but if not, hello. So let's get into the topic of it all. So, I just want to start off by saying, I remember last January, I think it was last January, I did my first Friday Night Live. I think it was January. I could be wrong. Maybe, I don't know. It might have been a different month. But one of the things I started doing was thinking about dating, right? And dating, I feel like it's going to be so tough for me because I'm 53. I have, just some things I'm not willing to compromise on at this age. And, even Brother Paul, he said, Shay, you gotta stick to, basically, your standards. You can't just let any brother slide on up in there, right? And so, I have really been, that's a thought I've always had in my own mind. Like I really am true to that, right? Not new to that, but I'm true to that. And so, I feel like I'm a runaway bride in a sense. I've been engaged twice, never actually got married. I remember one of my last serious boyfriend took me to Paris and London, like my dream vacation. I mean, literally, he gave me his credit card and told me to just charge wherever I wanted to go, whatever I wanted to do. And that's what I did. And so it was so cool. It was awesome. Well, people thought we were going to Paris. They thought we would get married. And I'm thinking, that's not something I would do. I would want the whole shebang or no shebang at all. So I wouldn't want to do that without like my close friends and family. So, but people thought I was going there and I was going to get married. I did not. So I said to myself, at the time, because people were asking me about marriage and all of that, like, is this somebody I would even marry? And I think I answered my own question eventually because we're not together. But it was no, because he was long distance and I wasn't willing to move at the time. And I don't know that I am willing to move. And then also, I have a penchant, and I'm telling you that that was a topic of discussion that we've had here on the channel. And people, were saying, hey, if you're gonna find love, it doesn't matter what the guy has. Oh, if you're gonna do this, it doesn't matter. That was my thought when I was in my 40s before I became a mom. That was my thought, that, I'm just going to have to compromise. I'm at this stage in my life, blah, blah, blah. But now, even with my daughter, I have to think be more financially secure. And I'm going to tell you, this is a true story. And I say that true because, I think, when you're watching people on YouTube or whatever, you could take what they say with a grain of salt. I'm telling you, I know personally someone who is also an educator like myself, and she has actually 2 more years ahead of me before she could retire. I mean, that she could have retired 2 years ago. She's still working, and I've been talking a lot about retiring this year. Well, I was talking with her. She cannot retire this year. The reason why she can't retire this year because she has to give part of her pension to her ex-husband, and he is the one who messed up in the relationship, violated the relationship. The reason why it's not together. Now, if I go on a more private platform, I could tell you exactly what he did. And I guarantee you have not heard this before. So he did something that was just, he got caught also red-handed. And so I say that to say, a lot of times I think we think that, if somebody, mishandles your heart and relationships and this and that, you stay or not, and I don't judge because everybody has their own, reason why they stay or they don't. And people are forgiving, and couples can move on and thrive. So it's not to say, what's right or wrong. But one thing I know for sure is that solidified for me that whenever I get in a relationship, and I'm talking about getting married to somebody, we are going to have a prenup. You keep what you have, and I can keep what I have. And I don't want to be splitting my pension. So right now I'm sitting pretty. I can retire tonight if I wanted to, right? I can retire tonight. And it's not that I am rich or I have all this money. It's just that I made some financially sound decisions. But I'm telling you, one wrong choice, one wrong male could come into my life and mess all that up. And I'm not willing to do that. So I'm going to take a little bit more time. And, there's so many stereotypes that go along with how a person looks. Because when you are what people consider a nice looking person and you're not hitched, they think something is wrong with you. And there very well could be. I don't know. But, at this point, I'm just careful. I'm very careful. I could be hitched. I could have been hitched already if that's something I really wanted. And is it something I really want? That's what I have to even ask myself. Is that something I really want? And I do, because I want to have a good, be a good example for my daughter and all that comes along with that. But you just never know. So tonight we're going to be talking about, are we ready to date? Your body has changed on the GLP-1, so why is dating still scary? And if you're a married person, I also want to talk to you about how are you showing up in your relationship with your spouse now that you have a different body or you shed some pounds, or even if you haven't shed a lot and you don't see a change mentally, if you're feeling better, I think that boosts your confidence as well. So another thing I want to say too is, my mom and dad were a good example of a good relationship. So I've seen a couple of good relationships, and I think that's probably some of the few ones that I've seen. When you have friends and they talk and, they go through their things with marriage, it just kind of scares you away from it. Well, I'm going to speak for myself. It scares me away from wanting to be married and do the whole married thing. So it's fear. It is fear. It's fear of it not working out and starting over and all of that. So I kind of have to overcome that. And that's why I wanted to talk about this tonight, because, going into the new year, I'm going to be making a decision. Am I going to date or am I not? And when I say date, I mean, I was somewhere last night and a friend wanted to hook me up. This guy's been trying to talk to me for years and years and years and years. And I never was interested, right? And I thought, why am I not interested? And it just confirmed for me last night why I'm not interested. Nice guy, great guy, but just not for me. So it just kind of confirmed last night. And so I thought to myself, I had people saying, oh, I want to set you up with this person, that person. Am I going to do online dating? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I think I'm scared to date. Why? And why is dating still scary? Because I always thought before now it was because I had gained so much weight and my confidence wasn't high and I just didn't want to put myself back out there. Now that I'm feeling slimmer and feeling a little bit, dare I say, sexy, I still am afraid to, though. I really am afraid to. And I think it's because it's just so much you got to think about and consider. So I think I'm going to have to go into dating. The dating coach I had on here, remember she said, go into dating, being intentional. I agree with that. But because I have a daughter and because I have, a lot to lose. I feel like I have to be even more intentional. Does that make sense? Or am I sounding? And another thing too is when you talk about finances and Male to the B, I'm going to get to you in 1 second, honey. When you talk about finances, people automatically want to associate you and say like you're a gold digger or you just want money, this and that. No, you at this age, you got to be smart. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not 20. I'm not 30. I'm not even in the 40s. I'm 53. So I got to be smart and I can't just lead in my mind. Now this could change. You know how I say a girl has a right to change her mind. I could change and I could say, I'm going to lead with my heart, let the chips fall where they may. But if you know me well, that's probably not what's going to happen. I'm going to really think things through and I could probably be over analytical too, So I don't know. What I know I'm going to do is I'm going to pray about it and I'm going to give it to God in prayer, leave it to God in prayer. That works for me. And, God is just going to lead me. And God put this on my heart tonight. I ran across this show called Pop the Balloon. And I was, it was a short. And I was watching this young lady talk to this man. And the lady that was talking to the man, I thought, this is a conversation I could see myself having with a guy. And I love the way the lady handled it. I love the way the guy handled it. And it was kind of flipped. Women are usually used to being criticized or critiqued on their looks. Well, she was critiquing this guy. So I'm going to show you guys a picture of this guy and you guys could tell me what you think. This is something that has been kind of like a thorn in my side myself with dating guys and kind of judging before you really get to know somebody. So it kind of struck a chord with me and we're going to talk about it tonight. So before we get to that, let me go to the Male to the B. She gave us a super chat, Male to the B. So sweet. Okay, let me find it. Okay, she says, Dee Dee, hey girl, I love that you're open to finding love. You are one incredible woman who deserves the very best, as do I. We got this, friend. Happy holidays. Love you. Thank you. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. And that's one of the things that Mel and I have in common is we're single and ready to mingle. And even, she acknowledges it and we acknowledge that her situation is a little different than mine because I have a daughter. So, it's just adds a little bit, of more being, I guess, doing my due diligence and, just kind of taking my time and trying my best to get it right. So let's give Mel a thank you. We love that. Well, where's Mel to the B? Okay, very that. So yeah, it's hard out here. You guys know that song? They had a song called It's Hard Out Here for a PIMP. Well, it's hard out here for a single mom. That's trying to date and do her thing. So I just want to, I'm not good at this. So I'm going to try to do this and, hopefully I don't get dinged or anything like that. But I actually have the video and I'm going to try to play a part of it. I'm going to show you, I want you to see the guy. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to play it because one of the things when I went back right before this live started, whoever put this short up, they added some music to it. And if you are a content creator, you get dinged on that music. And I don't want to get dinged on this video with the stop. I don't want to get dinged. I just wanted to hear what he had to say. Okay, see, she's talking and then he starts, whoever this creator is, they start to play the music. So I'm going to show you pictures because the music, it's I think that's playing it is one thing, but the music on top of it is another. So I'm going to show you a picture of this guy. And this is so me. This is so me. And I'm being vulnerable right now. So I hope you guys appreciate that. But this is so me. Why am I like this? I don't really know. But I'm going to show you this guy, and I'm going to show you how he looked. And looks are important. We can say they're not all day, but really looks are important. And I don't mean looks where you're like, bam, bam, you're looking so great. I mean, just being attracted to the person initially. Now, I know some people start off not being attracted, and then they develop that attraction, because I guess that's what you do if you're online dating, and you can see a picture all day long, but the proof is in the pudding when you meet in person, right? We know so many people that have been catfished from those pictures, and then when they see you in real life, it's like, let's see. So I'm going to show you a picture of the young lady, and then I'm going to show you a picture of the guy. So you can make a reference to it. Where did this picture go? This is the scroll of it all. I'm scrolling on here too. Geez, Louise, I was all prepared to play that video, and then I heard the music. And I think when I saw it before, I kind of must have tuned the music out because I was so intensely listening to the conversation. So, okay, here it is. So this is the lady. Where did she go? And then, okay, here's the lady. Okay, can you guys see this lady? She's the one with let me take this off the screen. So she's the lady with the balloon in her hand. Okay, right? Did you guys see her? So she's the one. So that's the context of who it is that's talking. Okay, so that's her. So she originally popped this guy's balloon. And let me show. He kind of looks like Big Sean. Do you guys know who Big Sean is? He dated Ariana Grande. This guy kind of looks like Big Sean. Let me take this banner down so you can see. So here is the guy. Doesn't he look like Big Sean? If you guys are a rap fan, so that's the guy. Okay, so I'm going to show you another picture. I try to, every time I looked around. So this is what would turn me off. So if you're out here and you have this going on, it's not that I don't like you. I don't think you're great. It's just like, for me, I'm just not into like the braids of it all. Okay, so here he is. Okay, and then he has the tattoo game going on, which is fine too, but he has the braids. So immediately she was thinking that's probably wasn't her type, right? Because he had the braids going on, and she stereotyped him right away, and she thought, she wasn't really going to give him a chance because of his looks. So he said he would be willing to change his looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would be willing to change his looks or change himself up. And when he said that, he was so sweet, so polite, just seemed like such a nice guy. When he said that, she kind of softened up. And so then she bossed up on him a little bit later. I mean, it was this lady, I don't know. I was like, did she rehearse this? Because she was just so good. Here's another picture of her. Now, you guys might be saying she didn't like his braids. She has braids going on the side of her hair. She she has a hairstyle that's not, people could say, I don't like that hairstyle. So he could have not liked her, but he did like her. He found her attractive. If I could show her more of her body. That's her. So he did like her. And one of the things is, so let me stop right here. So what do you guys think so far? So she judged him because of how he initially looked. And then once he said he would be willing to change, she opened up to that. So is that something you guys would do? Because I tend to think you can, remember Beyonce had that song, let me upgrade you. If you think that's an upgrade, maybe him, looking more how she wants him to look more, with because he had on t-shirt and the jeans of it all. Maybe she wants him to wear some slacks or whatever. Are you willing to change the way you dress for someone? Are you willing to change your hair for someone? Or are you one of those people who is just like, accept me as I am, and That's it. That's all. I'm not changing anything. So what do you guys think about that? Um, let's see. Let's see. Okay. 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 So, and this also reminds me of, how people say, this reminds me of people who say, um, they don't date somebody that's a certain way. So when you so somebody says to me, I could think a woman is beautiful, but if she's 300 pounds, I wouldn't date somebody that's 300 pounds because I wouldn't be attracted to that. I'm one of those 300-pound women that was never offended by that, but I know some women who that irritates them to no end, and they just think that's awful. That's awful that somebody would say that. And I think it's okay to have a preference. It's okay to have something that, appeals to you. I think that's okay. Now, if you take that and you're going to make fun of the person, you're going to make stereotypes about how they look, how they smell, how they feel, then that's when it becomes beyond a preference. And now it's more of like a prejudice, like prejudging them, right? So that's where I kind of draw the line. And initially, this lady was doing that. And as for me with the braids, I don't know if I don't think I stereotype. I just think like I don't want to rub my hands through a braid. With a man, I just don't like that's just never have been my thing. Now I think they look great. Remember Drake was walking around here wearing those cornrows, braids in his hair. I thought he looked super handsome still, but I wouldn't want to date him. I just would not. Now I know that he doesn't wear his hair like that all the time, but that wasn't attractive to me, right? So for the most part, and he's not. I don't think he has those now. So that's not something he's doing all the time. So I guess it just depends. But I said that to say, I don't want people to think like if you have, because everybody has a preference. It's just some people say it out loud and some people don't. Because I'm on this channel, I'm saying it out loud. That's not appealing to me. Now, if somebody were to cut their braids off, maybe it would appeal to me. But I do like how this lady eventually, when he said he was willing to, change and do something different, she was okay with that. So that's what I want to know from you. Would you be willing to change? If somebody told me, because I have to also think about that. And I wear my hair in different styles. I haven't in a long time. I've just been, kind of straight. I've always liked straight hair since I've been in forever. Like in elementary school, I used to get my hair straightened. Back, I in high school I was like runner up best hair. I was second plate, came in second. Because I always had my hair together. And as I've gotten older, I care less about that. Believe it or not. I still want to look nice, but I'm not as into it as I was. But over the years, I wear different styles, ponytails, braids. One day I'm gonna show you all the different styles of hair I've had over the years, curly and all of that. So somebody told me that they didn't like my hair the way it is now. Would I be willing to go natural? I would say, hey, I don't know. I don't know if I will. So you might not want to take a chance on me because I might say, no, I'm never going more natural as far as like not straightening my hair, right? I'm never going to do that. Or somebody might say, I only like braids or locks. Are you willing to get braids or locks? Well, no. So, and I've had braids before. I've never had locks, but how I feel right now, no. So somebody's going to have to take me as I am. They just are. And with knowing that I may change it up, I may change it up, I may not. So, yeah. So that's all I'll say about that. So what do you guys say? Are you guys saying anything? Am I doing all the talking? Let's see. What are you guys saying? Would you be willing to change for somebody? Okay, so we have some comments about the finances. Dee Dee, watch out for your finances. Hey, Jazzy. She says, please, ladies, watch out for the man's mental stability. When I work on the behavioral unit, there's always an attractive man that has snapped and became violent. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Um, oh, you're doting on your husband. I had I had the wrong copy paste. Very good. So if you're married here, give me some advice too. I take advice too. I'm not one of those people that know everything. I wish I have taken advice more when I was younger. But when you're younger, you do think you know it all, right? You think you know a whole lot. Yes, he most recently dated Janae, what's her name? Janaea Akio. Yeah, or whatever her name is. She's so pretty. They have a child, I believe. Yeah. It's like soon as the baby comes, the thing just all goes to shambles, doesn't it? Um Okay, Dee Dee, me either. I have nothing against men with braids and locks, but that's not my type of man that I'm looking for, so I understand. Yeah, and I don't want people to Queen DA, how are you? Hello, hello. And I don't want people to think that that's like, I could change tomorrow. Like one thing about me that I will say is, a girl has a right to change her mind, but how I feel now, that's not me. So if somebody told me I'm not attracted to a 220-pound woman, you know what I'm going to say? Okay. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not going to be like, well, wait till I get to 140. I just don't care. Like, I'll keep it moving. You're not my person. And I love that about myself. I'm unbothered. I really am. I'm unbothered by it. I think everybody can have a preference because Lord knows I have one. So, but sometimes though, you hear like people, I have been told in the past that my standards were too high. And I think, if you got to have high standards about anything in this whole wide world, it should be about dating and who you expose your friends and family and your child to. So if people accuse me of that, I'm just going to say, thank you. And I'm going to announce when I'm getting married. So you can know through the high standards, I still found my guy. How about that? Let's see. Maybe he looked too young. He did look young. That was young looking. You guys need to see him again. He was looking young, I will say that. He seemed put together. He seemed like a gentle soul. He just seemed like he was, when I think of somebody who dresses like that and has that look, um, he looks easy peasy, lemon squeezy. He looks easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I think and like I said, he was such a nice guy. Um, look at him again. Okay. And so, like I say, it's no judgment as far as, as him as a person. It's just, you guys see me on here. I'm pretty much, and opposites attract, right? That they just do. And I get that. But you guys see me on here. You got to be able to dress up because people always tell me I'm dressed up when I'm supposed to be casual. Like, when I go somewhere, they're like, you were just coming over here to hang out at my house. And that's just me. That's always been me. And I think I'm plain Jane. I don't think I'm super fancy at all. I'm, with things, but people see me like that. So I just can't imagine myself with somebody walking around with just jeans and the t-shirt on all the time. Now for you, somebody else that they could be kind of okay with that. And that's fine. So it's no judgment. It's what's for you is for you. Now, if I look at her, I wouldn't say he wasn't her type and vice versa. If you're looking at the outer image, she was giving someone who didn't look like her the edgy do. Again, that's just on surface. Yes. And so I love how she was willing to have the conversation and it opened me up to, which is why I want to talk about it because I know a lot of women are like me. I know they are. You guys are out there, DDs. So that, not that I'm always judging off the first time I see somebody, but you gotta just kind of take it all in. And it's like, that's somebody with braids just isn't on my list of somebody who I would want to date. Now, I could change tomorrow. I could be like, hey, guys, come on live. I'm gonna introduce you to this guy I'm dating, and he might have braids all the way down to his buttocks. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm saying for right now, that's just not for me. And when he said he was open to change, sometimes, even for me, sometimes people can have a way of coming into your life and making you see things in a different way. And I love how he was open to that because, if anybody who knows me knows, I always say, you can't be the smartest person in your friend group. You can't be the hippest, coolest person, because who are you going to learn from, right? So it always, I like to surround myself with people who I have aspirations to get to that level at some point. And that's not wrapped up in one person. I have a friend who she's, face goals. I have a friend who she's finance goals. I have a friend who, he is intelligent goals, so it's like, I see different people. And I like to surround myself with people that got things going on that I don't necessarily. In order to be that kind of person, though, you kind of have to be secure in who you are, because otherwise, then the jealousy, the envy, all of that comes out. And I'm so glad God didn't give me that spirit. And a lot of people have it. I'm glad I don't. So I just think, like, geez, oh man, like this lady, I'm going to tell you this other part that she talked about that kind of impressed me as well. Mel said, I'm not looking for a project at this stage, but I love and respect. And I might have lost your second part of the comment. I will find it. My dad used to say, you know who you married regarding wanting to change someone. Yes, yes, yes. Now, do you think, JC, that that's bad that he said he was willing to have, look different, like take the braids out or change his outfit? Do you think that that's bad that he's willing to do that? Or do you think that that's him being open? I guess that's what I'm asking you guys. Do you think that that's her changing him already before they started? Or do you think that that's him and being open to, okay, I got this nice looking lady. She seems very reserved and put together, very well spoken. And I say that because I think that impressed him, because he's also well spoken. And I think he, game recognized game. Intelligence recognizes intelligence. And you could also be somebody who talks in, slang and hip hop and all of that, or rocker, whatever it is. But you could also be intelligent too. And so you could tell a smart person knows where, you know how to read the room, you know where you are. And so you could tell that they were both doing that. So that really impressed me too about, I'm going to call him Young Sean. Saying Beverly, a man could be very sexy and braids, but to me, it just doesn't give me grown and sexy. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, Miss Linda says she does not do braids, dreads, or smokers. Yeah, see, that's me either. Me either. Want some thug motivation quietly. That is too funny. Yes, yes, yes. Jen says adult men don't have braids. Okay, so you're not into the braids either. Having to change. That's why you guys are my people. Having to change from the beginning doesn't sound like a good way to start out. That's what I say. That's what I say. Because then it's like, are you going to be nitpicking everything about him or her? You know what I'm saying? After that. So I guess that's why MVP, just thought, like, I don't even know if I want to go down that road, because I don't want to be that. I don't want to be like nitpicky about you wearing this, or you're wearing that, are you doing this, are you doing that? And then he's probably also going to do it to you too eventually. So I don't know though. I mean, I don't know. I don't want a man to change for me. I want a man to be who he is and let me be who I am. And we just mesh as who we genuinely are. I agree. I agree. Is that too much to ask for perfectly, Pamela? Is it? Been there, done that, says Miss Toy. That I'm not changing my style on my hair for anyone, and I'm not trying to change no one else. Yes. Doesn't it just, it seems like it just is easy peasy and it flows when you could just be yourself. When you could just be yourself. So I love that. Now I'm going to tell you another part. She says, and if you're married too, I'd be interested to see like what you guys think about this. He may eventually resent me if he changed for me. Yes. If he really wasn't comfortable with it. He seems like he was comfortable with it. But I don't know if her beauty and her brains just kind of made him weak. I think whatever expectation for others we set, don't be surprised when they have some set for you. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. And that's why I can honestly say, if you don't like a 220-pound woman, just keep it moving. Go to the brother that appreciates all this stuff in the trunk. So yeah, and you got to be okay with it, right? Because some people reject, but then they get so heartbroken when they get rejected. You got it goes both ways. When you're in your 20s, you're still figuring yourself out, says Chi Chi. I changed my hair color and style so many times when I was young. If you're not attracted to a certain style or look, then why not? Yeah, I agree. And you know what? That's the thing. It's so funny. It's like, geez, Louise, would you rather have age over beauty or beauty over age? Because I'm telling you, I wish you could have both at the same time. Because what I know now, if I knew this in my 20s, I'd be unstoppable. And I'm probably unstoppable now. It just don't realize it. But, it's like, gosh, if you just had the wisdom when you were young, and some people do. I've met some younger people that, geez, I mean, honestly, age, you can't, experience is the best teacher. And when you're young, you just don't have that. But I've met some together people, young people. And yeah, I wish I was that together sometime. Okay, very good. Thank you. But at this age, I'm not changing for anyone. Yes, and I believe you're married too, right? Aren't you married? Yeah. So what if your husband though wanted you to change something? What about the married ladies? Let us know. So if your husband wanted you to change something for the better of the marriage, would you do it? If you could, would you do it? I have seen some that can look handsome with braids, maybe the longer ones. I bet it's more like when we either like a beard or a mustache versus not liking those. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little bit different. Um, I think a beard or a mustache could be a little bit different, but you're right. Some people have a preference for that, yay or nay. I never really dated a guy with the mustache. I dated a guy with the beard and he cut the beard off and I was so happy. So, but in my old age, that beard, me and that beard could be friends. I'm sorry. It's okay. My family says I definitely have a type. What type is it? And I finally admit that I do indeed, and that's okay. There has to be attraction, chemistry. It does. It does. And I don't like when people try to make you seem superficial if you have a type. You're not. And I think at this age, I don't really have a type. So I'm going to say that, I don't know. I could be wrong, but and when I talk about type, I'm thinking more of like looks. Now, I think I might have a type. Like I like a guy that's attentive. I like a guy that's funny, that's smart. So those types of things. But as far as looks, like all my boyfriends have looked different over time. Like there is no there similar. I don't know. The similarity has nothing to do with looks. I should say that how they're similar. So yeah. So yeah. So I do. I don't. But I don't know that I have a type as far as looks. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, the real MVP says, oh, the real MVP says, I'm old school, not into braids on men. I also think first impressions matter. Yes. Cookie says, heck no, I'm not changing. Bye bye. That is so funny. Okay, remember to like the live. So we have 62 people watching. Do we have 62 likes? Geez, Louise, you gotta like the live. Let's see. If I change, it's for me, never for a man. I love that. I love that. I could just hear my dad and my uncles always telling me that, and I agree. I think type is fine. Character can supersede type, and we have to discern between the two. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. I love that. For example, my type is Henry Cavill, but I'm not missing my blessing because he's not in my dating. I love that. That tickled me. Okay, okay. No, Rita. She says, nope, not changing myself for anyone except me as I am. I love that. I love that the women are saying this because a lot of times it's the women who I see and hear about who's doing a lot of those changes. Um, So yeah. So I was just watching earlier today. That reminds me, Miss Rita. I was just watching Ready to Love. I don't know if you guys know that show. It's a dating show. It's on the OWN channel, and I watch it on YouTube. And as I was watching this episode, I had seen it before. It's the first season, and it caught my eye again. And it's this one guy on there. His name was Aaron. Aaron, if you're watching, hi. Very handsome guy. But he's one of those guys that told all the women the same thing. And like it was like 10 women. And I would say 3 men and 10 women. And out of the 10 women, 6 of those women liked him. Like they found out he was telling them all the same thing. Like, you must have been made for me to be on this show. When I told the producers what I was looking for, when you walked in, you were that exact type. Now, all these women look different, mind you, but he said this to all the different women. And so what ended up happening is this one lady, she just really was into him. And she invited him over and she cooked for him. And she said, I'm going to cook my Thanksgiving dinner. I pulled out all the stops. So when I tell you this lady made a Thanksgiving dinner, she really did make a Thanksgiving dinner in July. Trying to get this man. Come to find out, this man wasn't really into her. And he said, if not for this show, he wouldn't even looked at her. Like, he didn't tell her that. He said it to some of the other girls. That's another thing he was doing, talking amongst the other girls about the each other. And so I said all that to say, like, here this woman is. She just went out of her way for this man. And here he said he wouldn't even date her if it wasn't for this show. He wouldn't have even looked her way. So I think sometimes as women, we got to just have those standards high. We just got to, we got to be patient. God will send you somebody. God will send you somebody. And if you're not a believer, you still be patient. You just got to be patient, because you'll end up like this lady making a Thanksgiving dinner in July. Wasting your time. And I mean, that's one thing you can't get back, which we all know is your time. So that poor lady. JC, of course, character comes first. There may not even been an in-person date without a strong character or shared values. Yes. An in-person date. Yes, very good. Definitely need high standards. We do. Leo DiCaprio is my type on paper. In reality, I exceed the age of I used to love him. As he's gotten older, I feel like, and this always seeing him with so many different women, it's just like kind of turned me off. Leo, where did we go wrong with him? Pammy Whammy, I'm just loving this pic. She says, I like my hubby's hair. When I met him, so full and layered, and I still love him without much hair now. Yeah, and that's an example of growing together with somebody. Now, to me, that's different because you love them, right? So, I feel like once you love somebody and you're with them over time, it should get better and better, like fine wine, right? Or you just get used to them, whatever they do, you're good with, right? And so when you're married or have been with your spouse for a long time, I think that is so cool. Yes, I didn't want to have to say it, Nora, so I'm glad you did. If he showed up on the first date like that, I wouldn't be interested. Okay, you wouldn't be interested. Okay. I'm attracted to a man who does not wear jeans everywhere. And so, yeah, and I can tell. Look at how. And some women, though, some women like that. Some women that get dolled up and dressed up and are dainty and all that, they like a man that's a total opposite, and that's okay. But yeah, I can see that with you. I kind of am the same way. I like a man with a pair of shoes, nice slacks, and a shirt tucked in with a belt on, haircut and clean shaven. Yes, and that doesn't have to be 24/7. But if you're going on I don't know, I was just raised like this. This is not the right way. This is just the way I was raised. If I'm going on a TV show and I'm going on and I know I'm meeting some women, I'm putting my best foot forward. So your best foot forward was what he wore. I'm like, no, sir. No, sir. So to me, that just would not be attractive to me. But if that's what he's doing, 80-20, like my diet, if that's what he's doing 80% of the time, I can see why he just said, I'm gonna go be myself. And I give him a lot of credit for that, but yeah, I just think it's not for me. I'm curious how they cast for that show. I don't know, but I have a feeling that they choose the people that would make it interesting, if you know what I mean. And the boys at the high school I work change their hair often. They have braids that twist and cut it short. They pick out all different styles. It's fun to see their changes. Yeah, some women might love that, want to rub their fingers through it and all that. That's just not me. I'm just not into that. But yeah, and there's a lot of people who love it. So I imagine young men probably change their hairstyles often too. They probably do. Maybe okay. He's probably willing to change. It sounds like though she wants him to change out of the braid and the whole look of it all. Like that, that that look. So she's not too cool with that. He probably was meaning that you are seeing one layer of him. He could change clothes and switch it up and move through any room. Well, I hope so. But like I said, if you're coming to me, if you're coming on the national TV show and you know that you're going to be in front of all these people, like this was your best foot forward. I don't know. To me, that tells me a lot about that person as far as like what they think and how they want to show up in the world. And that's okay for him. But for me, we're on two totally different levels as far as how we dress and, our thinking. And so not that mine is right. It's just mine. He's easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I might be over there like putting on a dress with heels, making my feet hurt, going through the motions, and then I might have got my balloon popped. It probably wasn't even worth it. So who's to say my way is the right way? It's just my preference. So yeah, but like I said, I just don't know if I would see those two together because I just think he was such a nice young man. Like, be yourself. Like, don't change for this woman. And I think he probably thought, like, this is a prize for me, right? Which, I love that he even probably thought that. And he thought, like, okay, I need to do what I need to do to get this lady. So who knows how it's going to work out? I don't know. Does that show do like what do you call that? Like a reunion or where are these people now? I would be interested in that couple. Um, him saying he would be willing to change would be a red flag. So that would be a red flag to you. Jeez Louise. Linda, and I'm attracted to the rugged cowboy with dirt and grease on his hands. LOL. I need to know he can fix something, grow something, get me dinner from the woods, and build a fire and shelter. All right now, Calamity J. Yes, I love that. Very good. See, that's what I'm saying. Your preference is your preference, right? And I am so the opposite of that. I'm so the opposite of that. I'm so like, I don't want to be in the dirt. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be too into the sun. Like, I'm just so not an outdoors girl that we would be. And it's funny because the guys that really try to talk to me, it seems like they have like things going on. They like to do all those things, JC. And I'm like, well, you got met the wrong girl. Oh, a big red flag. You said that's a red flag too. I think he was trying, yeah, people are saying they agree. I think he was just trying to get at her because she is, she seems like she has her stuff together. Now, this is one of the things like so I see, let me see if I can see any more comments about this. Wait a minute. Did I miss a profile pic? Oh, I've seen her so much on her channel. Oh, she did change her profile pic. So cute. She's always doing the try on hauls and sporting around. I love it. Very good. Okay, Toy. I saw that before. I don't know. She's on my video, so I didn't catch that. But hold up. We look a good profile pic. And look at her. She has those curves that I'm trying to get. Love it. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Okay, so Mel says, I went on a date, going on a date, and I can't be late. And it was good. When I met him, first impression was everything. Second impression was even more important. The chemistry is there, the values, the characters are allegedly aligned. Mel to the B. Mel to the B. Mel to the B. So good. I love that. I love that. Very good. And Mel is open. That's what I love. She's open to whatever this turns into. And I wasn't going to say anything, so I'm glad you felt comfortable to share. Love it. Okay. All right. Very good. Let's see how the next date goes. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be good. We're going to think positive. Maybe it's too much to ask for, and that may be why I'm still single. It's not, though. So don't let people make you feel like it's too much to ask for, because it's not. It really is not. Let's see. You like Miss Toy's profile pic too. All right. So no one has to change for me or vice versa, because I'm not going to entertain the idea that someone has to change to be with you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Listen, I had an opinion about grown men with braids. Then Steve Toussaint, is that his name? House of Dragons, HBO came along and proved me loud and wrong. Now I'm not saying they don't look good because I've seen some that look good. I'm just saying I don't want to date him for myself. But I get what you're saying. The whole "I'll change for you" at this stage um sounds like a setup. I don't trust it. Those crazy narcissists are chameleons before they wreak havoc in your life. Okay, all right, very good. I love that. All right, all right. Uh let's see. Let me see. I'm scrolling. Jeez, Louise. You guys, oh, I'm going to be live on Sunday, giving my update, my weight loss update. And I have I want to show you guys something. And it's like a gift that I got. And it's just so sweet. The cutest gift. So it reminded me of you, Nora, when I got this gift. So Sunday, if you don't come catch the live at 2 p.m. Eastern Sunday on Nora, you have to just watch the replay. Check it out. You're going to get a kick out of it. I have locks, so I'm good with them. Yes. He just needs to be well groomed. I love that. Very good. And I said that some women have locks and they might like that. That might be a thing. I know some women who have locks and they don't want their guy to have locks. I know some guys who have locks that don't want the women to have locks. So it is, again, all a preference. So thank you for sharing that, though. Men in their 40s and 50s with braids probably have a receipt. Receding hairline, so just cut it off. Oh my goodness. Jeez, Louise, I didn't think of that. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Okay, so yeah, you've been married 10 years. I wouldn't ask him to change himself, or he won't ask me either if he knows if he knows what's good for him. And I love that. So he loves you as you are, which is what we're all really looking for, right? And if you have it, hold on to it. All right. Darium is saying, good evening, Dee Dee and Diva Adjacent Squad. Happy Friday, happy Kwanzaa, happy Boxing Day. Who is boxing? Who is duking it up? Is it what's her name? Carissa Shields. I know that's that lady boxer. I see her. She's always on my timeline. Doing what? I don't really have a type physically, so more so on the personality. We have to jive well. Commonality is important. I love that, and you're so right. Very good. She said, not the receding hairline of it all. Okay. Pretty Poppy Patch, how are you? She says, my son started to date a beautiful young lady. They make a very good match. She has brought him along in fashion. It is nothing. Oh gosh, I love this. It is nothing superficial, but a power couple move. Yes, I love that. I love that. Okay, very good. So we have a real life example. Okay, so you don't see that as a red flag that she's trying to change your son, or there could be something that's not so cool about that. I believe most men appreciate women who have standards, even if they don't end up together. Trust, the respect is there. Next. P, 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 P. I love that. I love that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I like a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. I was waiting on that part. I didn't know it would be from you. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. I need an around the way girl. He seems like he would be like an around the way guy. You guys have to watch the episode. I tried to look up the name of it and find it. I just could only find the short, not the whole episode. But yeah, he just seems like a really cool guy, though. He really does. Let's see. You said, I used to braid and twist all the boys' men's hair, so I don't trip off of it. Okay. That's funny. Dee Dee, a few years ago, I met this guy in the grocery store. He gave me his business card and said, if I was you, I would call me. Ooh, if I was you, I would call me. I might have to use that. You guys, if you know, you know. A few weeks passed, I was at work. Guess whose name showed up in my computer? What? What? So, okay, so wait a minute. Hold up. You got to tell the rest of the story. These youngsters are different. Even the guys wear hair bonnets. outside now and and the slippers. Yes, where is Monique when we need her? Jeez, Louise, she's around cussing out folks. She need to be getting on to that. Oh, this just tickled me. Tickled me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so wait a minute, Bev. She says, with his full medical history, he had so much going on with him. I was like, he wasn't looking for a woman. He was looking for a nurse. So I work for a hospital, as you know. So that's name sound okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna have to call you and get the rest of the deets, which is details. Jeez Louise. Okay, you said I looked at the card and it said, oh my God, that's him. I ran in the name. So not only that, you know, all his medical history. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So we've been talking about this. Excuse me. Mm. Jeez Louise, I laughed too hard at that situation. Okay, I almost choked right there. Uh, what? My type is a feminist. My husband truly believes in equality. Okay, all right, very good. Your husband truly believes in equality. I love that. Okay, all right. Let's see. Your husband can fix things and work outdoors. You're not a outdoor person, but the relationship has worked for 51 years. So there is hope for me, Miss Linda, because when I tell you that is exactly me. I don't want to fix anything. I don't want to get my nails dirty. I don't want to be in dirt. No, none of that is my thing. Jeez, Louise. What am I gonna do with myself? Okay, so you guys are cracking me up tonight. Jan, what is going on? She said, now that I'm a pod scallywag, he can't have more hair than me. I had to lessen my pool. Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. That tickled me. Oh my goodness. Jan. Oh my goodness. You know, I do know a couple that he's one of my good friends, and he was married. They're divorced now, but his wife had a short haircut like him, and they look like brother and sister. And I want to say he's 5'6". She was like the same height, 5'6". They both had the short hair. Maybe that's why it didn't work out because they were so much alike. They even looked alike. All right, so let me ask you this last part, and then I'm gonna ask another question to the married folks, and then we're gonna play a quick game and be out of here. But I wanted to ask you guys, so part of this conversation, the lady said they were talking about where he would take her out. And so he said, wherever you want to go. And she said, no, you initiate where what we want to do. So she basically wanted him to, this is another thing she wanted to change about him. See, it's changed now that I'm thinking about it. She wanted him to say where the date should go. She said she didn't feel like she should initiate it because he's asking her out. So she wants to know like where his mind is at and where he would take her. And wherever he would take her, it's going to let her know where his mind is at. Do you guys agree with that? Would you say that? So has a guy said to you, or a female or a partner, whatever you have going on, have they said to you, um I'm going to take you out, and you're going out, and they say where you want to go, what kind of food did you like? I mean, she didn't want to reveal any of that. She wanted him to be the one who initiates things. And I just thought, like, gosh, she is bossed up on this young dude. Like, he just cannot win. Like, first with the looks, now she's not even going to let him initiate a date. He has to initiate the date and do all the planning. And some people like that, but what do you guys think about that? Do you think that is being too bossy? Do you think that that's a great way to get to know somebody by having them plan everything? Would that be a turn on or a turn off? What do you guys think? I'm gonna give you a chance to type it in. I'm I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna mute my phone because I don't want to be copyrighted. He said, yeah, hair can be changed, clothes can be changed, all that. So he's willing to change for her. Um, okay, so I'm gonna I want to hear this second part again. Oh, hold on. So she said to him, she said, my first date is if somebody asks her to go out on a first date, she said, I'm asking you, where you are you gonna take me? She says, I want to know if you're a planner. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know, basically you could, I guess if somebody does plan a date, you could learn a whole lot about them on the first date, how they plan it. And so she said that she is not going to be the initiator of planning a first date or even suggesting a place. What do you guys think about that? Let's see. Are you writing that in there? Uh, Jen said she snuck in here like a thief in the night. Um, okay, so I'm down here. Sydney, how are you? Sydney says, before seeing the second half of your post, I wondered if you were working at the police department. Oh, okay. And you know what? If I didn't know that where she worked, you're right. I probably would have thought that too. But I guess I knew, so that's probably why I didn't think that. But yeah, that's too funny. Let's see. Oh, Nora said, yeah, you don't want to be taken to McDonald's on the first day. What about the Cheesecake Factory? Remember that? Did you guys remember that lady who went viral? She went viral because she was annoyed that this guy took her on a first date to the Cheesecake Factory, and she thought that that was like low level. Jeez, Louise. Mm, mm, mm. I'm going to read this before we go tonight because I was reading this post. Now it's all relative, right? Depending on who wrote it, who wrote the post. But they were saying how you will know if you have high vibration, if you're a high vibration person. And so I'm going to ask you guys these clues to see if you're a high. Now, trust me, it's all relative, right? But this comes from psychology and what the psychology experts claim is high frequency and a high vibration. So we'll figure out, are you high vibration or are you low vibration? Okay, so what are you guys saying? Are you telling the person? So, Mel, like on your next date, are you going to say to the guy, you plan it? If he said, where you want to go? Now, you've seen him a couple of times, right? So, could you reveal that? So, at this point, that wouldn't be odd for you to say you've already gotten a gist of, well, really one time though, right? You've gotten a gist of him planning something. But I wonder if he did plan something, what would it be like? She is right. That would tell you a lot about a person if they plan something. Real journal talk with V. She says he just needs to keep moving. I think it depends on how she said it. If she was sweet versus demanding, she is sweet, but she comes across as like she's a lady who knows what she. And most dating coaches agree, like Nadia. Okay, yeah. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I think if you ask me out, you should have the confidence to pick where. Yeah, I think so too, and I think it does tell a lot about it. To be honest with you, I've had some when because I tend to attract a younger guy, and when I've had some younger guys ask me out and it's like they're so unsure. And again, it does tell you a lot about a person that can take charge, plan the date, decide where you're going to do, how you're going to do it. And a lot of times I don't let them escape out of that and take just me saying where to go. Now I might say, I eat this kind of food, right? I might say the kind of food I eat or what I like to eat, but I don't really, I want to know like what they're thinking. And I never thought about it that I was doing it purposefully for, like that until she said it. Like, my intention is to get all this information. I was kind of doing that, but not really knowing why. I've also, though, a couple of times knew a little bit about a person from being introduced and said, this is where, I like to go. So I have done it before where I don't, just knowing the person. Yeah. So it just depends. Like it's a lot that goes into that. Miss Nikki, how are you? Glad to see you in here. Okay, so Mel said the dating coaches are on our side because if she said I'll take you to the finest steak restaurant and lady don't eat red meat or meat period, it's a bust. So take a beat, get to know someone first. Sheesh, she's saying. That's the thing though. I think you would come to the person and say, "Hey, I decided to go here, here, here," but also I think if because they're having this conversation, right? This is not behind the scenes where, they're in front of each other having this conversation. So then you need to say to him, if you're somebody that's a vegan, you lead with that. I'm a vegan. Because how is somebody supposed to know if you're somebody who is gluten free? Like I have a friend, it's so funny. She just told me she was making sweet potato muffins. This is my friend. Beautiful I am color is not on here, but this is my friend from Denver. She called on Christmas Day. Remember I was live Christmas Eve, and she's one of my daughter's godmother. So, excuse me. She called and she said, I'm cooking sweet potato muffins," and she said, "But it has no gluten, no sugar, no flour, no taste. Like, what are you making? How are you making muffins?" No muffins with no gluten, no sugar, no flour. I mean, geez, Louise, this is a new school muffin to me. We just laughed. That tickled me. So I said that to say, taking her out on a date, and she's married, so she wouldn't be going out on a date. But if she were, you got to tell this man, I don't eat sugar, I don't eat flour, I don't eat dairy, because what are you going to eat? Your choices are kind of limited. Now we know it's you could go and get steak and protein most places, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, twin? I just think that you would have to lead with that. You said so I go with the flow. If he doesn't have something picked out, we'll come up with something later. Okay, very good. So you're a go with the flow. V, I think you right. Move on and find someone that fits. I wholeheartedly agree. Okay, very good. I think planning the first date should be collaborative. Go and pop the balloon. And play it. Okay, all right. If I can, I'm gonna put up that short so you guys can see what I'm seeing. And I'm sure I really, because I could have, made it through this live doing it without getting a copyright, I believe. However, that music is what dings you, and I just don't want to do that. He should plan it. However, he needs to be flexible if there was an issue. The Cheesecake Factory is good. I love the food there, and strawberry shortcake has a real biscuit. Well, that's the funny thing. People were so like they were getting on this girl, because she was too good for the Cheesecake Factory. Who is too good for the Cheesecake Factory? Some people probably are like, I don't know. Maybe it's run down in her city. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I just thought Cheesecake Factory, I mean, I wouldn't be offended. You could get anything you want there. I mean, anything you could think of for the most part, they have it. Now, if you want to eat filet mignon and, the best wild caught fresh salmon ever, are you going to go to the Cheesecake Factory? No, but some other places that are expensive, you're not going to go either because they're not going to have that. So yeah. So I guess it's just a matter of what you're looking for. The cheesecake has good drinks, but too many food choices. Yeah. So that's why I'm just saying she just wanted him to spend his money. My favorite thing is when my husband plans the date. Otherwise, it becomes a notebook reenactment real fast. What do you want? I could see that. I could see that. And you know what? My parents always had a date night. And sometimes, but this is, they continued the date night when they were, they dated. And I did a lot of times he playing things, playing the date, and surprised her a lot, even though at some point you just know your spouse so well. But I think it's still for me, I love that. I like the element of surprise. I like a good surprise. So I would like that. Some people might not. Wow, I remember when it was considered a nice restaurant to go, the Cheesecake Factory. I guess she wanted Chris Roots. Yeah. And another place that was considered when I was growing up, Red Lobster was the place to be. Now you say Red Lobster and people are offended like you're taking them to McDonald's. I mean, and besides the fact that a lot of the restaurants are closing, that's a thing too. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it was nice to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Absolutely. Oh, you went to a concert on your first date. Okay. 2 months later, he saw me through a temporary furlough, and 3 years later, paid the remainder of my student loan. Okay, so don't let the frugality fool you. Okay, very good. So let's read that again for the people in the back. JC, Calamity Jane says we went to a concert on our first date. Then we went to Subway. Subway. 2 months later, he saw me through a temporary furlough. Oh my goodness. And then 3 years later, he paid the remainder of my student loan. Don't let the frugality fool you. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you some confetti for that because you just told us, hey, you just never know. We love that. That's for your hubby. Tell him we appreciate that. He's giving out the guys out here a good name and an example to look up to. Help a sister out when you can. Oh, you said those were they actors? The Cheesecake? Jan, say it isn't so. I'm gonna Google that after here, after we get off. Um, with Percy, the cheesecake, what was that? Are you talking about the Cheesecake Factory? Be great conversation, likes, dislikes, choices, preferences. What's the CBF menu? Would that be is throwing me off? My husband took me for pizza and a stroll through downtown Chicago for our first date. I love that. Okay, all right, very good. Dear, after cocktail and the bread and the GLP, we could go, huh? Right? You said I'm not even gonna be hungry after that. Oh, I love that. Okay, very good. Let's see. Uh, you remember the viral video of the cheesecake date. She recorded, posted it, so she brought that misery on herself. Yeah, no, she's saying that it's not real. So we have to look that up and see. Jeez, Louise. He did the sweetest thing and gave the remainder of our pizza to a homeless man. I just sat back and observed. I'm sure that warmed your heart. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, very good. A man can ask what you like to eat. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Let's see. We make things too difficult sometimes. True, 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 true. I like a handsome and classy man, a man that dress well, smells well, and he knows how to treat a woman. A job is a must, a car, a home, because he can't drive or live at my boat. Bam! Jeez, Louise. I love that. I love that. She said a boat. Okay, okay. Oh, that is too funny. I was all excited, Beverly. I was ready to buy myself to buy to your boat. You guys are too funny. Red Ted Lobster was big in the 90s. And she says that with that big old peppermint on her profile pic. Dee Dee, that's where a lot of the cheaters used to get busted at Red Lobster back in the day. Yes, I remember that. Even here in Ohio, they was getting busted at Red Lobster. Red Lobster is still open. So if you're cheating and you're at the Red Lobster, you're going to get caught. How about that? I think once you get to know each other, he should definitely take the initiative to plan a few dates on his own based on what he knows I like. Okay, I love that. Very good. So you're giving him a chance to get to know you. Jane went to the Motley Crue concert. Okay, you went on to the Motley Crue. That's a first date. They might say don't go because you can't do a lot of talking, but you could partay together. I finally made it before the end. Yes, you've been married 32 years. Your husband believes the man is the main one in charge of the household. I don't mind letting him believe this. It usually goes my way. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of how my mom operated too. She was like, just I feel like she just used her femininity to just like, just lay low and let him think he was in charge. But meanwhile, she's running the show. How about that? We need to interview him. I gotta find that guy. I gotta find him. He was a nice brother. Let's see. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna scroll down. Um, okay, so not too many surprises anymore. Okay. Uh, Darium says decision fatigue is real. What do you mean decision? Oh, like trying to figure out what to do and where to go. So you saying a man would, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Darium, I feel like you want the man to be able to just have the easy peasy road. You don't want to have to make a lot of choices. Or are we making things too difficult? That could be a thing too. All right, I don't know. What do you think? Uh, those cheaters risking crabs and everything. Grace, that was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, so here's the last question. Then we're going to play this quick game. It's called Date or Dodge. Okay, so I want to know from you guys. So now a lot of us have lost weight. You're adding zero to this conversation. I'm just going to enjoy in the bush. Okay. So I want to ask you guys, the married ladies, single ladies, but now that you have lost weight and a lot of us are feeling a lot more confident, a lot better. Have you noticed parts of your old doubtful self seeking and seeping in? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that, your lost weight? Because I noticed I'm confident, confident, confident. And now, like I just got these Ayuga clothes to try on. I was so, the Ayuga clothes fit. They're not like loose. And I was just like, oh, well, I do have some pants. I'm going to get this video together. I've been so delayed with showing, the things that I've gotten from my Yuga. But one of the things that I struggle with is like things fitting tight and close and not want like a bump or curve to show. And so that's where my insecurity is, besides in the birthday suit. That's another thing. Remember, I've always said that the birthday suit, I'm not so confident there, but I'm noticing I'm getting more confident. And then when I started getting these Ayuga things where they fit so tight. And I'm just like, geez, Louise, like that's just not my thing. But I realized though that I have to embrace things fitting and not just trying to wear bigger stuff. Because you will even see when I have this video, you could see the pants fit tight, and then I might have on a looser shirt, and the shirt could have been tighter. So yeah, that's a thing. That's something that I'm gonna have to work on. So that's why I say to myself, even though I'm confident and have always been confident, even the most beautiful women like Halle Berry is insecure about things. And you would think she has a perfect shape, the perfect body, and all that. But she talks about how she had low self-esteem for a long time. And although I don't have low self-esteem, I find myself in a struggle with these clothes, these bigger clothes, and not wanting things to fit. Um, so I don't know if you guys do that. I don't know. Do you guys wear workout clothes like that where you're worried about it fitting? Thinking about working out clothes. Let me put my little Ayuga link up there, because if anybody needs some comfortable workout clothes, I'm telling you, this is it. I'm not the workout person. I'm not the person that's buying like clothes, just laying around. But I'm like, these pants and different things I'm getting from Ayuga. I'm loving it for the price point. It's a very nice price point. So are you guys finding some insecurities seeping in? And you can even have insecurities if you're married. I know that well, I shouldn't say a fact because I'm not married, but I have friends and family that are married, and I know it's a thing with them as well. Let's see. Okay, what are you guys saying? Okay, I saw that. I'm scrolling down. I went back way up too far. Pat, how are you? Okay, you said I would think he was cheap if he wanted to take me to the Cheesecake Factory. I'd rather go. You would think he was cheap? Really? Oh my goodness. Okay. See, I think that's a nice, kind of decent place to go. The Cheesecake Factory adds up. I was just at the Cheesecake Factory with my daughter not too long ago, and we got somebody gave us a gift card, and I was supposed to take her a long time ago. For the two of us, we had a meal. She even had a kids meal. We had a kids meal, an appetizer, and lemonades, and it was like almost $60. Like, I don't think that's cheap, but what do I know? You could tell the real true character of a person as you were dining on the two-piece spicy red meat with that biscuit. Are you talking about Popeye's chicken? Can you even sit in Popeye's chicken and eat it? Now that I seriously don't know. I never have really. I don't think I've been inside of one, and I don't know when. But yeah, you can take that to the house. Take it to the house. Ayuga is nice. Ayuga is nice. I love Ayuga. Popeyes is expensive now that we got rid of their $6 deal. Ayuga has me side-eyeing my ALO and Lululemon clothing. Yeah, so we were just talking about this. The nice thing about Ayuga is the price point of it all. It really is. It's like it's a nice price point. Let me ask this. Let me see if you guys answer my question, and then I'm gonna go get a. I have to blow my nose. My nose is running. Plus the cheese. The cheesecake at the end is expensive. Cheesecake. That's another thing. That $60 wasn't even including the cheesecake. Jeez, Louise. Okay, okay. All right. I'm at the end. Okay, last question. We're gonna play the game. Who can tell me how have you been supported by your partner? If it's a boyfriend, a husband, since you've been on your weight loss journey, or it could be a friend if you're not dating anybody. You're like, Dee Dee, I haven't really been dating anybody, but how have you felt supported on your weight loss journey? That's what I would love to know. Anybody, somebody? And I am going to go get a tissue. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get a Kleenex. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, we have to sing happy birthday to Cookie. Is Cookie still in here? Okay, I'll be right back. My shirt. Yeah, I mean a tissue. I'm in a tissue. My daughter said, "Be right back." Seriously? Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Okay, so did you guys, anybody put that in the chat? I did wear tight clothes when I was young and single. Okay, all right, very good. If it's not tight, it's not right. I wish I would learn that lesson. I'm so bad at the clothes. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Okay. All right, all right. All right, very good. Did I miss it? Did anybody put who they feel supported by? Okay, wait a minute. Somebody says, Nobody knows about my journey. My son is home for the holiday, and he has not seen me in 7 months that I've been on Zepbound. He looked at me and said, "Ma, look at how skinny you are." I love that. Very good. I'm sure that made you feel so good. Jeez Louise. I love that. Very good. Okay. All right. Um, let's give her some confetti. We love that. And I know a lot of times we say, you don't need validation from other people, but it's nice to have, isn't it? It really is. So I love that. Very good. People are saying, very good to Rita. All right, we love that. All right, so let's play this game, and then we're gonna head out of here. Is Cookie still in here? Cookie, are you here? Okay, Pam, you don't mind the clothes unless they're, as long as they're not too tight. Okay, very good. Is Cookie still here? I don't know if she is because I want to sing happy birthday to her. If not, I'll catch her on Sunday. All right, so this game is Mel. Can you text me or Nicole and text me and let me know if she's still here? Because I may not see her. Okay, so we're gonna play this quick game. All right, this game. Okay, so it's date, dodge, or you need to heal. I love that. Date, dodge, or you need to heal. So if you're watching, it's 56 people watching. You can also play. This is going to be quick, short, sweet, and to the point. All right. So basically, this is how you answer. When the statement I make, if you're open to it, you try it, you're going to type in date. If you're like, nope, not today, you're going to dodge it. You're going to type in dodge. And if you're not ready, but you're working on getting to that point, you're going to type in heal. I hope all mine aren't heal, heal, heal. Okay. All right. So this is the first statement. Let's see. Okay. All right. Cookie, you're still here. Okay, very good. So Cookie, after this game, we're going to sing happy birthday. Okay. All right. All right. So are you guys ready? Topaz, how are you? How are you? Rita says, I'm not skinny by a long shot. I'm 180. I'll take that over 214 that I started out at. That is excellent. That is excellent. I'm trying to get there. So that is good. That's one of my goal weights to get down to that. And then, of course, to go lower. So I love it. Very good. All right. So, okay. So here's the first question. Boom. So your date or the person compliments you out in public, but you feel awkward about it. They compliment your smile and you're out in public, but you feel awkward about it. Are you going to date this person or are you going to dodge them? Are you dating or dodging? What are we doing? You know what? What am I going to do? I don't know why I'm feeling awkward about it. So I'm going to say I'm going to date them because I love a good compliment. The fact that you feel awkward about it, I'm not sure, but I'm going to date. Topaz said you can tell from your picture you love wearing tight fitting clothes now. Yes, and I'm not to that point, but when I do see myself, I say I look a lot smaller. When I do have on the tight fitting stuff, the bigger stuff, it makes you look and me, not me, to me, makes me look not really put together. When I have on the tight stuff, I don't love it, but I do see how it makes me look like I'm brought in, right? More so than, and my mom used to always tell me, Topaz, she used to say, put on Spanx and wear foundation. And I am embracing the foundation. The Spanx, I still have not embraced. Like I need a good spank in my life, but I don't want one. Okay, so what are you guys doing? So you said you are, oh, let's see. Oh, okay, you're still date. Okay, Pammy Whammy, date. Okay. Oh, Rita said heal. Okay, very good. Okay, so she said she is not ready yet. Okay, date. I said date. Because that's just maybe my insecurities. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It probably is. Oh, hey, Jamie. Jamie, you said you're healing. Okay, very good. Yeah, so you're in a date too, man. Okay. Yeah, it's something about relative, of course, the beauty of humanity is in our experiences. Yeah, so true. So you guys are going to date too. Cookie says, been there, done that, dated, but it didn't feel awkward. And I'm wondering the awkward feeling, it's because it's, we can talk about that too. It's hard sometimes for people to accept a compliment. Are you guys at that stage where it's hard for you to accept a compliment? Date, assuming you mean feel awkward about receiving a compliment, right? And not the way he said it. Yes. Okay. And you're going to date. Yeah. Linda's going to date. Miss Linda's going to date too. And I just think, a lot of times people have such a hard time. And I noticed being on these lives, all these, I was like all these years. See, I can say years in a few here in June. I can say years, right? But yeah, I feel like people have insecurities about taking a compliment. And I know I used to always accept my compliments with a but, and I've been really working this year on not doing that. Like, somebody say, oh, yeah, I love your hair. Not saying, oh, yeah, but it needs to be curled, or yeah, but it could be straighter. And same thing too with people telling me about my looks. Yeah. And my go-to was yeah, but I still have 70 more pounds to lose. Well, that's just, that's not accepting the compliment. So I think we have to learn how to accept it, embrace it, and keep it moving. And it is difficult because we're not used to it. That's one of the reasons why, right? We're not used to accepting the compliments. It could be you still are insecure with how you're looking, right? Haven't really embraced your look. And I told you guys, I feel like I have a little bit of distorted, like my sense of how my body is kind of distorted. So yeah, I'm still, my mind is trying to catch up with it. Yeah. It's still difficult for me to accept a compliment. I don't necessarily see what they see. Yeah. And that would be, especially if you have lost a lot of weight. So that makes sense. I wear Skims under my scrubs, embrace shapewear, doing weight loss, ladies. I need to, this has been a thing with me, Jen. It just, with the stuff touching my skin. What is up with that? Yeah, so that's been a thing. I really wish I could embrace it, but so far I haven't been. So that's a goal, for something for me to work towards. I love that though. Okay, so what about this one? Somebody invites you to coffee, not dinner, not drinks, just coffee. This is the first date. Are you going to date, dodge, or heal? And if you're married, think about if your husband were to, now you might say, I don't know, but I don't know. Nora left. She's not even going to Red Lobster. So what is she going to do about coffee? She's going to slam the phone down. And actually, I'm going to date. I think this is a great first date, actually. Now, going for coffee. I'm a simple girl. Well, maybe not. Well, if you just have water in your flask or electrolytes, I'll take that. Okay. Okay, so what most people are saying looks like date. Did I get my twin last one? She said date. Okay, all right. You agree with Jamie and Jen? Okay, yeah. Okay, date. Okay, you're gonna date. Date. Look at all you beauties talking about dating. I love it. Paul said it depends on what's up in there. You love to have coffee. Okay, so we're dating. I think coffee is appropriate for an early day date. Okay. And then coffee is cool. Okay, yeah, I like the coffee. I think it's low pressure, and I think that's good because I think if it's if you don't really enjoy the guy's company or don't want to keep the date going, it just you don't feel as bad, right? That he spent like a mini fortune on the date. It depends on what time. Yes, that's true too. Very good. Look at you. You are not playing around in that red. That's what I'm going to have on my red two-piece jumpsuit one day. Okay, Pat is dating. Okay, very good. What about this one? They want to take a walk in a busy, outdoor area where there's a lot of people and a lot of visibility. Are you dating or dodging? I don't know. Nowadays, taking a walk, being out in the open like that, unless I really knew you, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to say just dodge unless it's because I'm basing this on like people who you're just getting to know. I don't want to be in an open space with you and I don't really know you. I'm kind of old school too, Jen. So I'm going to say dodge. That's going to be a no for me. Yeah. And so you're what, taking a walk in a busy outdoor area. There are lots of people, lots of visibility. So that part is good. But nowadays, people are just not not nice. Geez, Louise. Okay, all right. Uh, okay, so I was gonna say it's less pressure and can be short. Okay, good. I'm old school. Not sure how I feel about the coffee date. Okay. Yeah, I can see that where you just want a formal or more like a sit down dinner. Yeah, and you know what? When I dated online a short time, that's what I did. I met somebody out for coffee and I just kind of liked it because I felt like most of the guys I met out, and it wasn't a whole lot, but I just didn't really like them. And so I didn't feel like I didn't feel like guilty about like, having them pay for a whole dinner date. So it was just easy breezy. Like, you got you 2, 3 spent, at Starbucks. So there's coffee isn't really that cheap to me for a coffee. So, but you're spending under $10 just to have a coffee or tea or a little drink and keeping it moving. So I think that's easy breezy. It sounds safe. Okay. All right. Well, Pam, you're adventurous though. So I can see why you said that. Okay, dating, especially in Vegas. If it's in Vegas, okay, all right. I'd rather be in public space because it's safer. You might think so. I don't know though. I don't know. I think it's safer in an enclosed restaurant where you're meeting at as opposed to like out and about. Because, nowadays people see you getting mishandled and they don't even do anything. It's like, what happened to the citizen that's coming in to stop it? Dodge. I don't like crowds or noise. Plus, I won't be able to hear anything you say. That's true too. Yes, that's why when Pam said she went to the Motley Crue concert. I was like, that's a loud first date. Being in an open, it gives a man a chance to protect you from the onlookers and the threats. That's a great point of view. That's why I'm glad we have a guy in here. Okay, very good. You and Paul, brother Paul. Actually, you prefer for a first date, lots more to interact and talk about. Very good. Now we have some guys watching, so I've learned, in these last couple of months that we have guys watching. What they will do is they'll sneak up in my comments, but they don't come in the lives and say anything. So we always say Darium and Papa. We got some other ones watching. I think that's funny. Let's see. Okay, but that's a great perspective. Actually prefer that for a first date. Lots more to interact and talk about. Seems like it would be difficult to talk if it's too crowded. Okay, I prefer the more private too. Plus, remember, I'm not really outdoors. If I agreed to go out, and so you live in Florida, Mel, I can see where that might be something that would be, like people probably go and take walks often because of the weather. This was my first day. I had my money to make it home if it got weird, as my grandmother always say, easier to get away from and creep with many people around. Okay, great perspective. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Darian, what if something goes down and that's when you find out that they are a horrible protector. Ooh, okay, okay. Maybe I should say we spend time together, small lunches before the official go out. Okay, small time. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. If he throws you in front of the fight, then you know he's not your protector, Jamie. If I agree to go out with you, then I like you. So yes, okay, date. Okay, very good. It's great to see, so you can see how they interact in public. Okay, very good. I like that. I like that. Okay, what about this one? They say you don't look like you used to, and then your stomach drops. So this person obviously knows you. I don't know. So they say you don't look like you used to. Is that good or bad? Is that a compliment or a critique? I don't know. Are you dating somebody who's saying that, or are you out of there? Are you dodging? So they say, you don't look like you used to, and then your stomach drops. So if your stomach is dropping, they may have said it with a tone that's not so welcoming. What are you guys going to do? Date or dodge? And I'm going to tell you, I don't even have to think twice about it. I'm out of there. If somebody makes me feel with a pit in my stomach like that, that's not going to work out for me. So I'm dodging. Like Cookie says, bye bye. Bye. I love that. So you're dodging them too. Okay. All right. Okay. Goodbye. Sorry, guy. All right. So we got some. You says date because if you have to get away, it would be easier to get lost in the crowd. I'm in New York City, so it would be it would be not wait, it would not be hard. Okay, all right, very good. All right, so you're in New York where it goes down. I've been in New York too. New York is I'm not gonna say anything bad about New York. I will say the one thing about New York that I didn't like, I know we got some New York ladies in the house. The only thing I didn't like is how the trash sits outside of the restaurant. And you know, you how you see mice, I saw that like in real life. So I didn't like that about New York. That kind of surprised me, but I do love the feel of New York. I feel like, you know, like it's just you got to visit New York if you're in the United States at some point. Yes, I did. Okay, all right. So people are saying dodge, 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 dodge. Okay, we got dodge. Everybody said goodbye. See you later. Okay, so Brother Paul, he said it depends on how they say it. They say it sarcastic, then it's time to I'll say it. But if they say it with the googly eyes and say, you don't look like you used to, then it's on like Donkey Kong. Well, they said, and I get that. They said you got felt a pit, like when it was. How did they phrase it? Your stomach drops, like your stomach actually drops. So if your stomach is dropping, that's like telling me like the way they said it. So hopefully he knows how to smooth it over. So yeah, let's hope that's what he meant. Now, what if he said it in a positive tone? Okay, yeah, yeah. If it's positive, ask for clarification. It depends. I'm not the sensitive type. Mel is laughing. You can say something bad though, New York about New York City because it's true, especially nowadays. Oh no. Oh man, Paula said it right. Yeah, I did enjoy New York though. That's the one thing that I just thought was I wasn't expecting. And it just kind of freaked me out because I'm not used to seeing that. So yeah, but other than that, so I haven't been. This was some years and years ago. It was a while back. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, so we have one more. Do we have one more? One more. Ooh, ooh. Oh, which one am I gonna do? Okay, so you post a full body photo for the first time in a long time. Um, and you post a full body photo for the first time in a long time, and he tells you or she tells you to take the photo down. Are you gonna duck and dodge? Or are you gonna date? Date should be first. I'm saying duck and dodge already. Are you gonna date? Are you gonna dodge? Or are you gonna heal? I'm not ready yet, but I'm working on it. So you post that pic, you're looking good. You're like, bam, bam, bam. You got that topaz one piece outfit on with the jumpsuit. Where's she at? Where's she at? You got it going on. And then bam, he said, oh no, you won't. Take that picture down, man. But he's saying it in the nicest possible way. He's not saying it in a mean way, though. So let's clarify that. He's not mean and, you know, all that. But he's like, you know, babe, you need to take that down. Don't take that picture down. What are you going to do? Oh, now I really want to know this. Are you dating? Are you dodging? What are you doing? If you're a YouTube content creator, are you stopping your channel? What are you doing? And if you're a content creator and your husband says, stop being a content creator, stop posting pics of yourself and stop being on video, what are you going to do? What would you do? What would you do if that happened? I would love to know that. Dodge. In caps. I mean, I'm still saying dodge because he did not want to date me how I used to look. Why you want to date me now? Keep it stepping. And she put the shoes in there. I want to give you some confetti because I second that emotion. I second that emotion. I don't know how to if that's a song, but I felt like I needed to say that. Okay, all right, let's see. Wait, what did you see in New York that freaked me out? Oh, it was the mice, the rats. I don't know if they looked big. They had to be rats, right? They were big. They were by the garbage. The garbage sits outside of the restaurant. And, so, I guess here they have like garbage cans in the back. You never see where the garbage goes. It's in the back of the restaurant normally. But in New York, and this was a while ago. So if she just said it's not different. So I don't know. Topaz is from New York, but or is in New York right now. But yeah, so that just made me just kind of, I was like, why am I sitting here looking at trash? Like some of the restaurants was at, it's like you could see outside to like the street. And some of the little ones that was open late at night, but that's what they do. It's just trash. And just think when it rains, that's a thing too. So yeah, I just was not expecting that. That's all. That's it. That's all. I still love New York. New York. What's it? Alicia Keys says, something, something, dreams are just made of. There's nothing you can't do. I used to know the words. Haven't heard that song in forever. I don't want them to tell me what to do. I know that's right. What was the question? Okay, it was you post a full body pic of yourself on social media. It was the first one you posted in a long time. And the guy says he doesn't like you posting on social media. Can you take the picture down? He says it in the nicest possible way. What are you doing? Are you dating them? Are you ducking and dodging them? What are you doing, male to the B? If you live in a big city, there are going to be some mice. Yeah, but I don't see them. Dodge, but ask why he said it. Okay, good. So you're asking for clarification. That's too controlling. Dodge him. Excuse me, you don't run nothing over here. Dodge. Dodge that ball. I love it. I'm gonna dodge. Okay, dodge. We're dodging. We're all out of there. So, it's the content creators. What if you? Is there anybody on here that's married? What if your significant other says, they want you to stop making content? What are you gonna do? And then Darium, you're on Substack. Here's my guy Darium on Substack. What if you met your person and they said, huh, no way. No way. I don't want you on Substack. I don't want you posting. I don't want you going on YouTube. Would you still date them? What would you do? I want to know. What would you do? Let's see. It's not going to work out. I didn't even answer that for myself, but it's not going to work out. I'm just going to say we got to keep it moving. That's just me. I don't know what you guys would do. Okay, wait. I think I lost my place. Okay, wait a second. Okay, here we go. Bye, boy. If it's a picture that I felt comfortable posting, I didn't see any reason why a man should tell me to take it down. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and how long have we been together? Just pretty recent. And the pic stays up. Paul is like, deuces. I love that. What if it's a red flag? Okay. A future jealousy. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And what am I showing? Then again, I don't care for social media. Yeah, yeah. Some men just don't want their women out like that. Hub wouldn't ask me to stop doing something that brings me joy. That's a great point. Okay, very good. I love that. I love that. And that's what I say too about doing this. This is something that brings me joy. If it wasn't, I would have to like be pieced out with it. Goodbye. See you later. And so, yeah, and I would think if your better half or somebody who wants you to be happy and knows you, they're going to work through it with you, right? If it's something they don't like, they're going to make it work for you. So I'm hoping to meet somebody like that, that thinks that way, like your hubby does. I think that's so cool. All right, very good, very good. All right, this is the last question of the night. Okay. Liv, did you want to tell? My daughter has a joke. It's kind of appropriate with this theme. Did you want to tell your joke? Hello? Maybe she changed her mind. Okay, here's the last question. You look in the mirror and you say, and I want you to look in the mirror or pretend like you're looking in the mirror. Have you seen yourself? Look in your phone mirror, look in the mirror, and I need to do this too. Look in the mirror and say one kind thing to yourself. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're saying one kind thing to yourself about yourself, what is it going to be? What are you going to say to yourself? You're looking in the mirror, or when you get up and look in the mirror, or the last time you looked in the mirror, what's one kind thing you can say to yourself? And that's how we're going to end the night. Being kind to ourselves, giving ourselves grace for how we look, for how we feel, for whether we're doing all things right or not. What are you going to say to yourself? And so many of us are very good at lifting other people up, but tonight I want you to lift yourself up. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, what are you going to say to yourself that's good? Something kind. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, you guys are going to make me cry. I can't do the Oprah ugly cry on here tonight. My cheeks are so rosy. Let me see. Something is going on with my little. Oh, okay. Oh, it's up. Okay. Jeez, Louise. I always turn down the color of it all. Okay, I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna say to myself. Um. Oh, geez, I wrote in all caps. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I wrote mine in the chat. Okay. Now, one of mine, well, yeah, you could actually see them both. I was going to say one of mine you can't see. You can. You can see it a mile away. Okay, all right. Very good. All right, so what are you guys saying? Okay, what is the kind thing you're saying to yourself? So we have 45 people watching now. Those 45 people, or however many, what are you saying kind to yourself out there? We want to know. Come in the chat, let us know, or just say it to yourself. And I want you to say this to yourself every day until we meet again. So we'll see each other on Sunday. I want you to remember, if you come and join me on Sunday, what are you saying? Your kind thing. You might have something different, but if you can't think of a second thing, hold on to this one. All right. So Miss Rita is saying, you are absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Perfectly, Pamela. You have done an amazing job. Yes, love that. Gorgeous. Love it. Looking good, Cook. Yes, love that. Mission. Is it mission accomplished or you're just on a mission? I love it. You're looking so fine. Yes, with that peppermint. I love that. And that pick is so you. You're such a free spirit. I love that about you. I'm slowly turning back the clock. Yes. Isn't that a good feeling? All right. We love that. Phenomenal. I love that. Great word. Great word choice. You've come a long way. You sure have, Jamie. You should be so proud of yourself. Geez, Louise. Great job. You look marvelous. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Let me try it again without typos. I'm proud of you now to finish the mission. Okay. Yes, finish the mission and you will. And you have support. We got you, Paul. We got you. Look how pretty you are. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Be gentle with herself. Yes, be gentle with yourself. I love that. You have such a good heart and a great smile. That's what I say to myself when I look in that mirror. Very good. Darian, don't try to get me laughing. I want you to have a serious something to say too. Your bunions and corns are falling off nicely. Darian, I want you to say something. Say something that's not funny. Say something that really shows how proud you are of yourself. I'm proud of you, Nicole. I love that. I love that. Very good. Um, You're a fighter, girl. Yes, we love that too. Keep up the great work. Look at that smile. Yes. So we got to hold on to that when we have those moments of struggle. We got to hold on and say kind things to yourself. Because, on my life from time to time, I have people saying kind things about each other. And these comments are filled up with things about each other. That's why I want us to eventually work on that for this next year coming up, because there is a such thing as, in order for you to achieve, you got to believe. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe you can do it. And that means you got to give yourself grace when things don't go right. And that doesn't mean like say, oh, I'm going to do all the things because I'm just going to give myself grace and start all over. No, not that. But we know life happens. When life happens, you just got to pick yourself up and dust yourself off, give yourself grace, and get back at it. Get back at it. And so that's what I want you guys to do. That's what I'm working on doing with myself. And the best thing about this is you guys are on this journey with me. A lot of us are going through this now. If you're in maintenance, we have a lot of friends in maintenance. If you're in maintenance, you got a little bit of some of the same struggles. A lot of the people I talk to are in maintenance, and they're trying to find that spark again. They're trying to do things to work on their health and the body comp, things that sometimes you don't necessarily think of when you're actually on the weight loss journey of it all, right? You're not really thinking about, some of us aren't, right? Not necessarily. We're just trying to lose this weight. And so when you're in maintenance, now you got all kind of time to think about that and still try to maintain and get all the things in. So I just think that we are off to a great start. Are you working on your vision board? Miss Toy the review asked me this question. She wanted to know next Wednesday, do you come with the vision board already prepared? Are we creating one together? No, you're coming with your vision board already prepared. If you don't want to put yours on a vision board and you just want to share your goals, you could do that too. However you want to do it, we want to accommodate you. So if you want to come on and be seen, great. If you want to come on and just be heard, great. If you want me to share it, don't forget to email the Downsizing Diva. I'm going to put my email up. And I guess I will see you guys on, what is that? A Sunday, because I am going to be giving a weight loss update on Sunday as well. So even if you see, I may have a video come out before then talking about my weight loss. I don't know if I can get that baby out. If I can, I'm still going to get it out. But if not, I'll just do it all on Sunday. But I kind of want to break it down. So so I will be on there unless something happens. I'll see you on Sunday. Okay, but that vision board is for next Wednesday, New Year's Eve. I'm going to be on here, come, whatever. But when that ball drops, I won't be on. So my goal is to do the vision board, have the little party, and be out of here by no later than 10 o'clock so people could get ready to, do what they do for New Year's Eve with their families. So that's my plan. I hope to see you there. In the meantime, in between time, I will see you on Sunday. And then, we'll chat a little bit more. So have a great night. And thank you guys. You guys, this is like the best live stream ever. I just love it. All right. We're going to end on that note from Perfectly Pamela. And, thank you. For Perfectly Pamela and, oh, wait a minute. And Journal Talk with me. Oh, everybody's saying have a good night. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. I'm still struggling with some insecurities about my party and looks because of my age. I don't feel my age. I feel younger now. Okay, and I think that's great. So you're struggling with some insecurities because why are you struggling with insecurities? Because you're feeling younger. Is that not a good thing, or you don't really want to feel that? Like you have to explain that a little bit more, because I think, isn't that what we all want? The hands of the clock to look like it's going backwards for a lady. But what do you, Topaz, you guys, I know you guys might want to log off, but I'm trying to get what she's trying to just help her work through this about her struggling with some insecurities. Okay. Because you look great. And if you feel great, I think that's where you have to be with your mindset, how you feel. right? Because a lot of times on this journey, a lot of it is how you feel. And nobody tells you that. You just think losing weight is just the pounds going down, but really it's mental and it is how you feel. And so I think if you're feeling good and you love the way you look, let those insecurities go, right? Those insecurities, you got to let those go and you just got to keep it moving and look in that mirror and tell yourself all those great things that you said. Phenomenal, right? You're phenomenal. You don't, we're going to get rid of those insecurities. That was a great word to describe yourself. So you keep telling yourself that. Um, oh, that's okay. Your comments are coming in slower. That's okay. All right. So did you, I heard you, hope you heard any of that, but I'm not sure if you're insecure because you don't want to, you do want to look younger, don't you? Or not? You don't feel your age. I think that feeling younger is so key. How you feel almost tops how you look, right? Because, and I say almost because I know some people are into the looks of it all, but gosh, I just want to feel good. If I can feel good, that's why this whole menopause thing with me is a struggle because I'm not feeling my very best. And I know it has to do with my hormones and all that. And I'm, actually addressing that as we speak. I'm in the process of addressing that. But geez Louise, if I could feel like 100% like I know I could feel and stay looking like this, I take that. That's the feeling is it's big for me. Yeah, she says I love the pic. I see the confidence. Yes. I have had some tell me I should dress my age, whether that is, I don't want to dress like a 71-year-old woman. Okay. All right. So it's addressing your age. Well, you know what? You got to embrace it. If that's what decision you make that you are going to dress and dress how you feel, makes you look good, then you just got to stick with that and do it. I remember my mom going through that phase where she lost a bunch of weight and the most size she had ever gotten just before she ended up having a hysterectomy. She was bloated and all of that. She had gotten up to a size 12 and I have a lot of her size. Well, not a lot. I kept a couple of pieces of her size 12 clothes. But my mom was really like most of the time between a 2 and a size 6. Like she fluctuated at times. But I remember thinking she started to dress like with the crop tops and things like that. And she just was, she got a little tattoo on her arm. And people would tell her that too. And you know what? She just didn't care. You know what made her change the way she dressed is she was, started going to church and being more involved in church. And that made her, I think the people made her feel like she was needed to be more. And she always dressed conservative. But when she had her sleeveless shirts, you could see her little tattoo. And then she stopped where she would wear the crop tops, but she stopped wearing that. So I think she was starting to feel insecure because she was going to church. So I guess it just depends on where you're going, what you're doing, who you're hanging around. But I say for me, if my family and my daughter are happy with what I'm doing, I'm okay with it too. And even if they're not, I think you have to own the season in your life, whatever that is, and whatever is making you feel like you want to look fabulous and you want to dress a little bit younger. I say do what makes you feel good, and you got to tune those folks out, right? You got to tune them out because if you're not hurting anybody, if it's not distasteful where things are hanging out like the Downsizing Diva. But you know what I'm saying? If it's not distasteful, then I think you go with that. You go with that. One thing I know for sure, being 53, is you have phases in life. And phases in life go with what is going on at the time. Now, in 2 months from now, maybe 6 months from now, you may not want to dress like that. But why you want to dress like that? I say you embrace it. You feel good about yourself, whatever that's going to take to make you feel good. And you go with that. You go with that. You go with how you feel and how you want to show up in this world. And it may not last forever. You may get to the point where you don't want to, dress like that. But I'm going to tell you, just so you know, when I get to that size that you're at, you're going to see my profile pic and be like, Dee Dee copied my outfit. My goodness. Okay. All right. So I am going to let you go. I just think that you are awesome. I think you got to embrace it. And we will chat again on maybe Sunday or next Wednesday. She says, yes, it's mostly your family and so-called friends who are making those types of comments about how well, let's talk about it. We'll have a topic and talk about that too. All right, everybody, have a great night. If you stayed and listened to me talking to Topaz, I hope you kind of got something from that too. Have a great night. Stay safe. Happy holidays. See you on Sunday. Bye.